Hello, it's RocksAlot. Hope you're having a great Sunday. We are going to try cutting some things, and hopefully the trusty genie gets us through it. The genie's been going through some rough patches, and I don't know if she's on the repair or we don't know which way Genie's going. We're going to find out. But yeah, I just wanted to get on. It is working a little bit. So I wanted to get on, cut what I could, and if it goes in the middle of it, it goes in the middle of it. But yeah, I'm just going to keep going forward. Hi, Chrissy. Welcome in. Hey, Ryan, how you doing today? I've been over at Claude's sale, and I'd waited since like 1:30, so they've been on for a while. They've been on almost 4 hours, and I am getting a little bit of work out of the genie, so I thought I'd better come on while I could. And I had some turquoise to cut. This is it's Kingman. It's not the high quality Kingman. This came from Tim. I've cut a few really good pieces out of it. It tends to be a little smoky and definitely stabilized. So I'm gonna hit that one, see if we can get a stone out of that one somehow. And yeah, Chris, are you doing okay? I hope. I got a really rough piece of exactly, Ryan. So I'll talk about it in a little bit when there's a few more people in, but I've had much help from the community. And I don't mean as far as buying a new machine, but as far as going through all the possibilities that I could do with this genie. And not sure where this one came from. Hey, North Shore, how you doing today? I think you're missing the snow. I was talking to Mr. Delaney earlier, and he's up in Michigan, and they're getting almost 4 foot of snow. So piece of number 8. Not sure which side we're going to tackle that from. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Doing pretty good. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I've been having a few issues with the genie. We've come up with a plan. I've had so much support from people within the YouTube community and outside, but in the YouTube community about how to go about fixing issues, little tips and tricks that they've learned over the years. And so for right now, I've got it going. Don't know if it'll last the whole live. I hope it does. Waiting on a few pieces from Diamond Pacific to come in. And I would undo it for you, but I've got it going right now, Ryan. So I'll show you so I have that other motor that I purchased, what is it, just only a week ago. And so I'm waiting for pieces so that maybe we can make a whole machine out of the 2, or maybe 1.5 machines out of the 2. And had a lot of help from Mr. Delaney today as far as the motor, so thank you so much, John. And then I had a lot of help from Don over at Diamonds Pacific. He was nice enough to go out of his way. He's retired. Gave me a call one day, and then I called him back the next day, and he was extremely helpful. So can only do what we can, and then after that, I'll be looking at a new machine. Who knows? Maybe this will work out. I'm certainly learning about it. I'm learning about motors, the interior of the motors, so learning about the sort of electrical part of it, but then also learning a bit about the mechanical side of the machine itself as well. And hopefully we'll come out with something on the end of it. If it doesn't work out, at least I will have tried all my different possibilities, and that's all I can do. And we'll have to have a big sale. Which I was looking, I've got well over probably 150 cabs that I can sell. But today, this was some material, I actually got it, I think I got it from Dave. It's either from Dave or from just Sandy, but I think it was Dave. Royston. So this was actually a big slab of Royston that I cut up. I have the rest of it here. And it had so much turquoise in it. compared to a lot of people are just doing sort of the ribbon these days, finding a piece of ribbon in the middle and cutting that out, which we're going to cut this piece. But that's gorgeous right there. So I'm going to save that for right now. We're going to do this piece, so that's going to be one of the pieces. We're going to do the number 8. Not sure which way down we're going to go. This comes from Mojave Dave Duncan. Hey Starboy, how you doing? Yeah, I can tell you, I could pretty much, Ryan, I could pretty much make one of these spitters at this point. And so that one, we'll do the Smoky Kingman. Hopefully we'll get a little something out of that. And hi everybody, welcome in. And then if we have time, I got to do a piece of the Petrified carrots. It's actually petrified bamboo. But that's going to be a little harder on the machine. So we're going to get the turquoise done first, see how we're doing, and then go from there. So here comes some noise, and hopefully that spitter spits. Alright, so that's a good sign. A little bit of noise, but we're doing pretty good compared to where it was. And I'm just going to get straight into it. Yeah, thumbs up would be great. I think I'm looking for, I don't know, what is it? 6 subscribers to get to 1850, but really we're headed towards the 2000 mark. So I have to cut this edge off anyway just because of the angle of it. So let's bring that in. I'm actually going to put on the mask. I've got my gloves on today. We're going with the green gloves. They seemed to work pretty well the other day. Oh, well, that one broke. Well, that one's not going to work. Try this one. I wanted to try something. Let's try this. Hopefully I don't lose you guys trying this. Let's see what I can do. Where is it? If I go green screen and then go like that, and then I pull up a piece of let's see if that works. Does not want to catch. I thought maybe it would show up, but it does not work. Alright, well, we'll try that another time. I was trying to green screen under just a black background, but it's not working. So let's go back. We'll try that again another time. I'll practice that a little bit. Yeah, we could say grip, but no, if you thought, my hands are a mess now from working on the machine. And then when we did those cuts in the last live with the boulder opal and then Sam's block, between the acrylic in the block and the boulder opal, it's going to take me a week to get my hands back to normal. They were pretty messy. Alright, brought that edge. I gotta look at the shape here. Down that off a little. Okay. Really, Dottie? So do you like your Cab King? Because I'm also going to put a post out, but I've had a lot of input into what to get next if I ever do get something else. And obviously Cab King would be one of the possibilities. And in fact, did your wheels, I think they do, I'm pretty sure they do. Dottie, did your wheels? You do, okay. That's correct. And that's, so if I get any oil or any sort of lubricant of any kind back on that belt that goes on that little pulley wheel, it does slip. Which is why I've been working with rubbing alcohol, Q-tips. I've been taking baking string that you tie up your ham with or whatever, and putting that around the wheel, and yeah. Now, did your wheels from your Genie fit onto your Cab King? That was the question I was going to ask. I'm pretty sure they did. Oh, okay. But yeah, I think the Cab King has a 1-inch arbor on it, which would be the same size hole as these ones here. Alright, now we have to decide which side. I haven't finished the shape yet, but there's that side and there's that side. It gets thicker as you go down from this side. You see how it's thin right here? And then that line actually joins here and gets thicker at the bottom. So that's a better side, but I have a little bit of a cavity right there. And I can roll that cavity out from this side, but I can't roll it out from that side. I like the blues in that better, but I actually like the matrix in this better, so. I think what we're going to do is this. My other question, Dottie, would be, thank you, North Shore. I've been watching all your shorts. If you don't know North Shore, go over to the channel. She does some fun little rock hounding for us. I believe it's the northwest coast. Alright, we're going to take that little cavity out. This is not stabilized, so it's not soft, but it's not super hard either. Yeah, I like that side better. I'm going to move over. Move over to here. There's my little light. There we go. I got to be able to see what I'm doing too. That little blue popped out. I hope it stays. Pretty low on the girdle on this one. Hey Mental, how you doing today? Thanks for popping in. If the green glove's gonna mess with the camera or not. Thank you, Mental. How do you know I'm squinting? I have my full jeweler's. Well, I'll show it to you later. I just have the one. There's a couple you can get from Harbor Freight, and then I have reading glasses anyway. I can always up the magnification of the reading glasses a little bit. That helps. Yeah, we're going to get rid of those facets. Really, I'm just doing a 45, then a 30, and then a 16 or a 15 to roll it into the middle, just to get my dome going. And then I'll start rolling it. I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of doing a 15 right now. Sort of rounding off the top. I'm not really doing much to this front because it's not super thin, but it's thin enough that if I go too hard on that front corner there, you'll take the shape off. So I can do that shaping on the next one. We need to get a little less blurry, don't we? Let's go in a little bit. There we go. I don't know why it wanted to stop me from streaming. Yeah, I think once we find sort of a pattern that we like to use that tends to work with all of our tabbing, we tend to use it over and over and over again. Alright, this is, I'm already seeing faces in here. It's pretty, yeah, they're very tribal, or it's pretty weird actually. Got your mouth and your nose and tears of turquoise. I also have a mystery. I don't know where it is. There's a mystery piece of diamond or metal that sticks out. I can't feel it. I've used brick on it. I've used agate on it. I've used everything trying to get it out, and it still catches me from time to time. So this is a fairly new wheel on this other one. Hi everybody, welcome in. Yeah, it's got, this one's pretty neat. I mean, and this was the one, this piece was the piece that had the least amount of turquoise on, but it's Royston, really, really nice stuff. I have a couple of other slabs of this. But I thought maybe if I brought the good stuff out to the machine, maybe she'd hold on a little bit longer. So now what I do is I go to each corner and just sort of roll it around each corner, this way, and this way, and then I'll come back and then I'll draw it from the middle down to the sides. And I'm not pressing hard at all. I don't want too much to come off. See, I'm sort of drawing it from the middle there and pulling it out. And that gets rid of those facets that were in the top there. A little high on this side up here. I'm going to do what I said, now I'm doing the straight sides, so I've done the corners, now I do the straight sides from the middle on out. I sort of tip the stone up as I'm pulling it out. Hey Stephen, how you doing today? Doing pretty good. The machine is working today. And we've been working on it, I don't know, I've been working on it for 4 straight days now. But I got it to where it's at least pumping some water out. So there's not a total loss to the machine, even if the, hey Grace, how are you today? Alex, welcome in. And so there's not a total loss to the machine, even if the water pump goes out. I can always drill holes up the top maybe and do a drip. A bit of a drip or drop water from the top onto the wheels. This means I have to drill holes in it, which I don't like drilling holes in it, but I have to drill holes in it. Get a jug up above here, up there, so that it can gravity drip. Oh, Stephen, you're getting pounded with snow, aren't you? I forgot. Okay, I was talking to somebody up close to he's close to Detroit, but he was up helping somebody north of him in Michigan, and they're getting about 4 foot of snow. That's pretty cool. Look at the color in there. Alright, pretty happy with that. Before we go on to the next wheels, just double check. See, I got a dip right there. I gotta fix that dip. So I'm gonna come a little bit lower. Let's see. There you go, not much of a dip. Does still dip just a little bit. There we go. That one's good. It's not reflecting the way I want it to, so this actually has to come down a little bit too. And it's so minuscule, it's probably 1/4 to 1/2 millimeter that I'm looking at. But it's just a high enough difference that it catches my eye. Yeah, I like that. Alright, let's get a quick picture of that one. There we go. Oh, you're up tomorrow? Yeah, the gentleman I was talking to, they were up to 60-mile-an-hour winds already. I think they're like the northwest of Michigan. Alright, let's try the not AAA or AA Kingman. This one has quite a bit of epoxy and stuff to it, so I'm just going to see in a big dip right there. That might end up coming over to here, so we'll see what happens. And because it has so much epoxy, I'm actually going to bring the geyser from the other side over here for extra water. I need to take that end off because there's really nothing really showing in there. So we're going to bring it in. Of course, now it's showing a little. So that's like a separate seam. So this little patch is a separate seam to here. I'm just going to bring it all the way in. Hi everybody, welcome in. Thank you, Saul. And thanks for helping Claude today, Saul. That's really kind of you, helping Claude and Jeff. Might have to bring it all the way in, because that's just a horrible tip. And normally I would probably back this to fill in that hole, but this isn't the highest quality turquoise in the world, so I don't mind losing a little. Of course, now it's going to show up, isn't it? It's coming off. See how thick that is right there. Yep, that's coming all the way up right here. Who did it? Claude did? I did not see that. Did he sell them or did you buy them? I'll just give him a ring. Alright, so now we've got a bit of a shape. We almost got rid of that little indent right there. It's still there, but it's not really impeding on the rock once I do it. I'm going to bring this down like this. Yeah, I'm trying to watch myself too. You guys don't know Soul Adventures. She just started with her flat lap machine, or it may actually be a faceting machine, but she was setting it up yesterday. She's always got some good racks and specimens and things to show off too, so. And I learn as much from beginners as I do from people that have been doing it forever. I don't know why that is, but I think as beginners, as we do our mistakes, we learn from them. We don't always do the same mistakes as each other. So I find it handy to watch everybody. Hi everybody, welcome in. I hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday. Alright, now we're going to take this top off. That might have to go right there. Yeah, there's nothing there, so let's take that in. See if I can get to some color right here. It's almost like cutting opal, especially when you're doing like little seams of turquoise. I'm just trying to get down to that thin seam to have it on the face. Yeah, I think so too. And I still, just in having to deal with this machine this last couple of weeks. Oh yeah, this is disappearing quick, see. Yeah, I learned a lot that I probably wouldn't know, and on top of that, there were some really nice people that reached out to me to give me suggestions or help me along with some of the things that were going on with the Genie. And some of them are fixable, and some of them I'm going to have to work around, I guess is the right way to say it. And now I'm even more glad that I bought that other motor last week for, what was it, 150 bucks? So between the two machines, I'm hoping to at least get one working, and if not one, maybe 1.5. So 3 of the 4 sides. That's what I'd like to do. Alright, just flattening that bottom out completely. Then we're going to take the top. I'm hoping this top is going to surprise me. Done all the pre-setup here. Alright, let's see what we can get out of this. I'm going to take this top. I mean, that's not completely ugly. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Or don't leave and hit it anyway. Or hit the subscribe. That really helps. If you see anything at all today, or you hear him say something that maybe appeals to you, hit the subscribe. I go live on Sundays and Thursdays. I've done a couple on the last few Fridays as well. I put up some fun little shorts of sort of the final stones during the week. And if you want to see me go live or get notified, you hit that subscribe and then hit the all notification button. And I think we were at 1844 when we started today, so if I could get 1850, that'll be great. And we're headed for 2,000, and when we hit 2,000, there will be another reward given out on my behalf. I would let Freckle Cat pick it, but I'm afraid she picks the nicest stuff. Alright, let's have a quick peek at this, because I have not seen the top yet, but hopefully I did enough pre-shaping to maximize the top. Let's have a look. Ready? Boink. Oh, it's pretty good. If I can get some of that down a little bit more, it'd be really good. That's actually a really nice color. Yeah. I trained her to be my critique, and she's pretty tough now. Really tough now. So that's good. Keeps me on my toes. Bring a little bit out. Hopefully I can get a little bit more out of that. Let's bring this out. Let's see. I'm going to slowly draw it from the middle. And actually, let's go to the next wheel. Hi everybody. I got 1, 2, 3 people in here. That's 123. That's fabulous. Uh-oh. Hey Vigorous Dragon, how you doing? I love my opal. I am not talented enough to cut emeralds. If I got emerald, it would just be specimens. What did she put? Yeah, they're all really nice too, though. Do a little bit of the wiggle waggle, because I gotta keep the dome on this while trying to take out a little bit more of that matrix. Now I gotta be careful up the top, because that's starting to show through up there. It's okay up there. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, I've got about that much. See that much right there? I've got about that much to work with, and over here it thins out even more. So I've got to be really careful that I don't lose too much of the blue on the face, trying to get more. Trying to be greedy blue. That would be cool. Well, we will do a little fishing trip. I have a couple of secret holes around here, especially when we go to the beach. They're not huge fish, but we always get fish. I've taken you guys along. We've been to, well, I have not uploaded the trip we had last weekend to the rock show. I got some really good clips of the river, and I think I'm going to leave it right about like that. So it's a pretty stunt. But the river is at its lowest in like, I don't know, 100 years. I'm ready to go digging, but I'm not allowed. Who knows, maybe the thumbs up button's not working. I appreciate it all being in here anyway. Hey there, Opal guy. Still got a tiny bit of that little cavity left in there. I'd like to get it out, but I don't want it to get too thin. Pretty much gone. I'm gonna have to leave it there that little bit. It's on the back, so I'm not too worried about it, but that's a pretty stone and should polish up really nice. So that's two. Royston, Kingman. Really good Royston, so Kingman. Thank you, Various. That's so nice. I really appreciate that. Alright, let's do this big one. So supposedly this is stabilized. We can kind of see where the chocolatey matrix ends there, but I'm not sure which side to go for. This color on this side looks nicer, but I've also got that line right there, and then I've got that beautiful big floret right goes through there. So which side do we go? I'm going to flatten down this side. I can move over. Hi everybody, welcome. Hey Joe, how you doing? Yeah, that's hopefully what I'd be finding at the river. I mean, it's so low. Alright, what are we going to do here? Boo-boo-boo. Well, I can take all this muddy matrix off and see how we're looking under there. Let's do that. Let's do that. So definitely stabilized because I can smell it. There were a few pieces in this bag that were not stabilized. This is definitely stabilized. I need to get through that matrix. And then Claude did his sale today, and then Wendy Wolfwalker, she'll be doing a sale tonight as well. If you like high-end Native American jewelry or Southwestern jewelry, Wendy Wolfwalker will be on tonight. And she definitely knows her stuff. Exactly. Yeah. This is like taking one of your resin dice to the wheel, Steven. We're going to flatten that out. Oh, here's soybeans coming. So I'm not through to that color yet. Does he? I have a puppy on my shoulder. Yeah. I got a puppy licking my ear. Did you? There was Freckle Cat smelling the stabilization. Hey, Cypher, how you doing? Alright. So, it's almost flat. It's a little bit rounded. And now we're going to go from the other side and decide which side needs to be the face. So this one's starting to pop out. So yeah, number 8. That's starting to pop out really nice. So, what do we do? You can see where all the little, I call them florets, I'm not sure what you call them. That's going to come off here probably. Let's keep going. We go around the edge. Just the starter girdle. Okay, so by looking at the side, you can kind of see where, if I come down, you may start hitting turquoise levels. So there's a level going through here, kind of comes around, and then it's pretty solid in here. I don't like the round there. I don't like cabs that look like half of an oval. That's just a personal choice. It's probably going to be a pendant. Depends, Cypher, on how small I end up making it. I don't know. No color really down in here. So I'm getting water on here. Just don't like that shape. So I'm thinking out loud and not out loud at the same time. I can't see my shape that I want. Well, let's take off the top and then maybe it'll help. So we're going to go through the top. maybe taking off the top will show me something. Need more water. I was watching Steven today, the paraplegic games. So the US-Canadian paraplegic hockey team. It's the US won, I think, 6-2 maybe. Really good game. Hey Juan, how you doing, stranger? How you doing today, stranger? Still don't like my shape, but I'm about to lose my blue on this side here. I think we're going to go, okay. So it's going to be a bit of an odd shape. It's going to be like this, and then I'm going to straighten off the top up here. That's what we're going to do. Here we go. Straighten that off. Okay. Let me even it out now. Oh shoot, we might have to go to the other side, I don't know. So, if I stay on the back, this is the back. There's no turquoise up in this corner. But there could be. Interesting. Let's do something where I'm going to bring the back down a little bit more. Just to see. A little bit better, but it's still blank right there. And I don't have it straight yet. I got to take some off here, which isn't going to be good. Move on to the next wheel so I don't make it disappear completely. Yeah, I appreciate those thumbs up. Appreciate you all being here. It would be a very nice Dorito chip, but it doesn't have the pyramid in the top there. So. My little hose is here trying to get caught up in the wheels. There you go. You hate it when your hose gets stuck up in your wheel? That's going to be a good roll over there. Let's roll that right now, actually. Thanks, Steve. We like it when you pop in. I hope you fare well with the storm tomorrow. Alright. See if I can find some more blue in the top here. It's not too bad. Really, when it comes to number 8, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's easy to go through one of these right here, and then once you get through that, you might find something else. So, a couple of little, I want to get those out. I like the big splotch in the middle there. Alright, not bad, not bad, not bad. Bring it in. So I'm going to round off these really tight, tippy, pointy corners because they're really easy to chip off anyway. Same with this corner. I'm going to kind of keep the ones on the top because they're not. So these corners down the bottom are extremely pointy, whereas the ones at the top are a much wider angle. So I really don't have to blend that tip off. Let's do this real quick. I wish that would come through right there. Come on. I'd really like something to pop in the middle here between the two blues. I don't think it's going to happen. Come on. A little bit. Problem is you find something somewhere else and it disappears to the other side, so I got to be careful. Let's move on to the soft wheel here. Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. I actually, you say that, Cypher, I actually have a piece inside that looks similar to that. So that's a great idea. Which means I have to keep, if I did that, I have to keep a nice flat angle at the top here. So we'll keep that flat for now. That's not a bad idea. Actually a nice little piece. Let's bring this down a little more. It's a little too rounded on the bottom for my liking. That side's nice too. Alright, so that's not too bad. Let's get a quick picture of that one too. Wow, that camera does funky with these green gloves. It's a lot bluer than it looks. But we'll show that at the end. Here, actually, look. It's a little bit bluer than it looks with my green gloves in there. Hey, Star, how are you? I don't know if you popped. Have you just popped in? I'm not gonna mess with the top too much. Where's the eye on the top, right? That's missing. All right, so that's the 3 pieces. Genie's doing well. Let's see if I got pink. Oh. No, almost. Then we're going to do a piece of the dirty turquoise. This even has glue on it. And then we might try the petrified carrot or the petrified bamboo. And those will be the 5 pieces. Let's do this one. Soybeans is good. They just came in. And the stabilization on this one is pretty rough. Which is why I'm wearing a mask. They weren't wearing a mask. This one, I wish the color of this stone was that little dot right there, but that's just stuck to the stone. So who knows what's underneath there. Yep, petrified bamboo. That's what they called it. The orange part is all petrified bamboo. And I assume a mud, so petrified mud. I didn't really know there was a petrified mud, but mookaite, which is M-O-O-K-A-I-T-E. Mookaite is petrified mud. And with beautiful colors. Yeah, the mookaite comes in every color you can imagine. Really nice stuff. Alright, let's get a peek. Yeah, it's not going to be that color blue, is it? It's going to be more of a green. Let's see what happens here. So I'm looking and thinking. I'm not showing you guys what I'm looking at. So yeah, I'll know in about a week or two whether I'm going to have to finance a new machine or not. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll figure it out. Do this. This one will be a bit more of a tablet. I think I better put some more water in here. There we go. That'll keep me alive a little bit longer. A little bit of soda. Wow, somebody's writing a lot. What do we got? Star. That's interesting stuff. Yeah, that might have to be what it is, Steve. I just don't know how I'm gonna hang it up yet. And I haven't decided to drill into that yet. And they are coming out with a new pump. They just haven't, I think the initial manufacturing's been done. I guess I could always plug up a hole. It's not hard to plug up a hole. Do I try to keep my angles on here? I think we do. If it doesn't work out, then we'll end up chopping that up and chopping that up. So, let's see if I can keep it. So we got to flatten out both sides. We got to decide which side of the dome. May end up being a really flat stone. Bring it up and bringing it up the wheel. I'm actually pressing on the middle of the wheel while bringing it up. And now the top's coming away from the wheel, and that should give me a fairly flat edge. Not bad. Should really use those new wheels I got. All right. Hey, Kawa, how you doing? We got breakage in the glove. All right, so this is going to get pretty thin. May get too thin. Hey. Which side was I working there? I guess there. Yeah, that wasn't good. This might get too thin. Alright. You can kind of see where I brought the angle in on the edge all the way around. It got pretty thin. I'm going to move on to the next wheel, I think. Let me do a quick rollover on this top. One from that side and one from this side. Draw it out. Turn it around and draw it out the other way. I'm going to move to the next wheel. Hi everybody. So we almost got down to where I need to be. Not too bad. Bring that in. I guess I should move you guys. Yeah, she's been using that clicker in the middle of the night, and I keep finding myself laying down on the ground and sitting and then begging for food. I don't know why that's happening. I don't know what else she's got me doing either. I know I woke up and didn't have any money left in my wallet this morning. And then the Amazon guy came around this afternoon. I don't know what the hell happened there. This is looking okay. Not the best. Certainly not the worst. But I got that little cavity area in the middle there. That's okay. Let's move on. Uh-oh, I think we got a little, do a little cleanup on aisle 3. There we go. See what we can get out on this one. But really, to get this out of that rough piece that was basically a lot of glue on the outside, or epoxy, I'm pretty happy with it. Bringing in the sides again. Alright, now let's roll them out. They gave me a nice roll on that edge right there, whereas the other one doesn't have it. I'm going to roll the other side. And we rolled off that side too. I do that on the ends. Final end down here. That's pretty good. So now I'm going to do the back one more time just to level it out. And I'm going to go around each edge here that's really sharp. Going to give it a quick bevel, like that. That, like that, that one needs a little rounding. And now I'm going to have to take off just a little bit of that sharpness on that corner. Just a little bit. Just like that. So even though it looks like it took the sharpness off, which it did, when it gets set, the bezel will actually sharpen that back out again. Yeah, I think that's the best we're going to get out of that one. Let's try the carrot piece. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Appreciate you if you just subscribed. Love all you guys that have already been subscribed. Let's put see how we did. So, thank you, Jeannie. Back this out. Ooh. That's a pretty good start right there. Thanks, Steve. I dreamt about doing it without looking at it the other day, so. No, not yet. I still have it. I was watching the live where they had a sale today, but they didn't have any of that quality up there today. So, yeah, we try to keep away from politics and religion. Not that we don't have beliefs, we all do, and we all have opinions about it too, but we leave that for other content creators, or whoever wants to talk about it, they can. I can't say I don't look at it, I do. Thank you, Eden, that's really cool. Hey David, how you doing today? Not today. I do have some though. It was meant to rain today, and now of course it's not raining. And I could have done it. I actually brought the bigger saw inside today. just because it was meant to rain. Yeah, well, Mother Nature took care of this. I'm just bringing out a different framing of it, let's put it this way. I have no idea how this cuts. I don't know how noisy it's going to be. But we're about to find out. I think I like this side better, but it might be loud, so please mind your ears. Not too bad. Not too bad. Go around this end. Yeah, this is new to me too, so I don't know if this is going to polish up well, cut well. I've got to get rid of that corner because it's chipped out. It can be a little bit sharp on the end. So that's sort of the shape I'm going for. I really might bring that in just a little bit on the end. But it's actually pretty nice. So still got a bit of a chip up on there. That's got to come out. So I'm going to bring that in just a tiny bit more. And that's gone. Alright, that's good. So now it's all the same. It's been cut really, it's been slabbed really well, is what I should say. And well, it's still there, isn't it? Look at that. That's got to come out. So, no funky smells on this one. Doesn't smell like carrots. Doesn't smell like pickled bamboo. So now I'm going to go around, take this sharp edge off first. Change as we go along, but it just stops it from chipping out as we go through the wheel. So just put a tiny little bevel on it. You can see that all the way around. Man, I've learned that. That used to take me forever just to do that little bevel and get it even. Hey Bear, how you doing? This is petrified bamboo, is what they called it. It was from the local show. Most of them had just come from Tucson. So now we're going to put a 45 all the way around. I probably should. I don't know. I probably should do this though. Let me see if I can do it. It's a little wet. I probably should put a little marker on there. I'm not turning the machine off because it might not start again. Let's go up here. So let's see where we go. No, that's not too bad. I want a little bit more height than that, so let's use, I need a little bit of height. What do I need? Oh, that might work. Just a little piece off the top of the glove box. That's not bad. So if you don't know what I was doing, I was just putting a little marker, and I could turn it the other way up, couldn't I? Ooh. Hold up a second. I'm going to do something else. I'm actually going to mark it from both sides. And this is me being a good lapidarer. Normally I just freehand everything. Alright. Thank you, Scott. Not yet. We're going to. So Eden, my machine is saying it needs a rest. And while I figure out how we're going to afford a new one, or get them going to where I need it, I might start showing you the silversmithing. And me silversmithing will be entirely new. So I just put that there as a guide. Excuse me, a guide for me bringing down this 45 right here. Pretty soft stuff. I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to come down to below the marking. So I'm going to come down a little bit lower. See, this is only a yeah, I'm ready for it, Star. I've done a couple of pieces. They turned out pretty good. I've done some, cutting for the jeweler to replace stones, really tiny stones. So hey, don't do that. And also it's a time issue. I really enjoy doing this. Alright, I think we're coming off of this wheel. Yeah, Yeah, I should be okay as far as the silver for right now. Let me clean this up real quick. I got water all over the phone right now. Hopefully you don't disappear. Uh-oh. Hang on. There we go. Alright. We have a bust out too. It's looking a lot cleaner than when I started. Alright, what do we do with this stone? What did we do? Oh, there it is. So yeah, I've done some setting. I have all the bezel wire I need. So now I'm just going in and trimming it up nice and clean. I went all the way down right there, so I gotta go all the way down, all the way around. And being that I cut the stones, while I was cutting the stones, sort of designs started flashing in my head. I already have designs in my head for each piece. Okay, so now you can see the 45. I pretty much put on everything. Sorry, it's not showing. Kind of like that. All the way around. Now we're going to go at about a 30. As you see, Frecklecat's gonna try the wire wrapping again. The first time she got into it, it was pretty harsh on the thumb joint. So just making this toe or this heel up the front here look more precise. Alright, I think I'm good to go around the whole stone again. Let's go. Oh, happy Mother's Day, Star. Yeah, it is Mothering Day in England or UK this weekend. Alright. Now we're going to mark it up again. Maybe we can channel it for you there. Or we can hook you up to the car battery. Give you a quick jolt. I probably need a quick jolt every now and then. Yep, Star's out there looking for Bob again. Alright, I'm actually going to go under the next wheel. Frecklecat has an ability, she has some amazing things that she does. Some of the needle felting she does is amazing. Alright, well, we just did that. And I'm going to slowly bring it in, hopefully. and slowly take that off. So I'm just going to work my way around the stone a few times and slowly come into that. So this is how I learned to do it. I don't do it enough. And I only learned it, I didn't learn it, I learned it watching channels. I have no idea what channel I was watching when I just pull it out and roll it to that edge and turn the stone. And hopefully we will see the middle starting to disappear. As I'm rolling it out. Now, I don't really like to do this with very porous materials. Thanks for popping in, Eden. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great week. Oh, that's not a noise you want to hear. This is a big piece. Kind of see I still have areas here sort of going down the center that haven't quite been touched yet. That's a good thing. That means that those areas are still higher than the rest of the stone. She used to. I forget how many, so she's over 50 subscribers and probably hasn't put anything on in a while. Hi everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for all those thumbs up there. If you like anything that you see, go ahead, subscribe. Go live on Thursdays and Sundays. Alright. I think we are good. Let's do a quick dry chest. Because we need to just see if I missed any big areas. Uh-oh. You can see where that Sharpie got in there a little bit. But I'm pretty happy with that. And we got 3 more wheels to go with that one. I need to round up a little bit better. So where I went between the 45 and the 30 needs to be blended together. Most of it looks pretty good. Really interested to see how this one polishes out too. I think we are good to move on. Get a quick picture of that one. Awesome. Alright. Let's move you over. I'm not going to turn off the machine. I'm a little afraid. I'm going to put on some new gloves. Clean that up a little bit. Alright, let's move over to this other side. little ride over to the other side of the machine. Alright. Didn't lose you, so that's good. Get a light on there. Hey Reptile, I didn't say hi yet, but I did see you up further in the chat there. Alright, new gloves. Let's see how the fingers look. So they're not too bad. You should have seen them a couple of days ago. I've been working on this machine so hard. I've had breaker bars out. I've had WD-40, spray lubricants. So one thing I did learn in my endeavors of trying to fix this machine, I guess the gloves are not working, was that if you're trying to lubricate a nut or a bolt or a fitting that seems to be stuck, to me it was naturally, I assumed that naturally if I poured it in the top and left it sticking up, that the oil or lubricant would make its way downwards through gravity. But that is actually not the case. You actually want to turn what you're trying to get lubricated upside down, stick it in the lubricant, and you're more likely to break something free because the oils will actually wick upwards rather than go downwards with gravity. I did not know that. Alright, that's one. Sorry for the delay here. Just putting wet gloves on a wet hand. I mean dry gloves on a wet hand. It's quite amusing. Almost. Alright. Bingo. We are good to go. Bring the water over. Well, I've got water, I just need the pumps. So don't die. In the back, that looks pretty good. Look how clean my tray is, isn't that good? You don't get to see that very often. And what do we start with? Well, I guess we start with the Royston. We're going to go through these 3 wheels. This is a pretty piece. A little bit of a facet on that side. Let's get it to focus. A little bit of a facet right there, or a big part of a facet. Don't need that facet. Alright, the facet's gone. I just work over everything that I was working on before. So if I was not on a live and I was not showing this on video, I would actually run through all 6 wheels with the same stone. I just don't like moving you guys back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that's because I got to remember sort of all the hurdles that I had to go through to get it to this point, which if I'm doing tons of stones, I'll forget by the time I get back to it. So I like to take an individual stone and run through all 6 wheels. But I am more than happy to show you guys how to do it. And that's why we do it 3 and 3, or yeah, 3 and 3. This is pretty So yeah, it's Royston. So, you know, a lot of people do ribbon and they just get one, they'll take a stone and they get one little ribbon down the middle and have that matrix that's there. It's the rest of the stone. I don't have a piece out here right now, but the rest of this stone actually looks like that. So that's some really nice high quality Royston right there, and thick. And that blue goes from side to side, so not your usual Royston. You know, it used to be everybody would get cabs out like that, and get more of a pure stone, but these days they tend to go for the ribbon. Yeah, I got a few of those slabs actually. I got really lucky with that. Flash is on. Flash is on. Alright, let me just tidy this up. I literally just told myself not to drop the stone because there's a tiny, it's not a fracture, it's a little bit of an inclusion right there. It doesn't go around to the front. Alright, why are you playing games here? Go right there, so I've got to be careful about that little area. So I literally just said to myself, don't drop that, and I go ahead and drop it. Bring that in, make sure it's clean. Yeah, that'd be... It was Soul Adventurous. You don't know Soul? She was just showing yesterday, I think it's her first lapping machine. So she got a lapping machine. I wasn't sure if it was a faceting machine or just a horizontal lapping machine, flat lap. But she did get it together eventually. She has quite a collection of rocks and specimens. And yeah, now she's going to start doing a little bit of cabbing or cabochoning, which is great. And then if you were over in Claude's sale today, she was one of the moderators helping over there, which was very kind of her. Nice. I feel like the corners have the same angle of girdle as the rest of the stone. Really pretty stuff. So we did such a good job on the first 3 wheels that this is going pretty quickly. I've decided I have zero idea about how this, thank you, Rocky. Mr. Bear, thank you so much. So Bear, I'm pretty sure I got this from Dave, but I got quite a few pieces of Royston from Sandy too. So I hope it's doing well. We talk about it here in the house fairly often. I think they help promote the channel. I think they do have a monetary value, but I've just used them to send them to other people. So yeah, if somebody's sort of gifted them to me, I gift them out to other channels. I don't know if it helps, but I hope it helps the other channels, and I'm pretty sure it helps YouTube as a corporation. Yeah. Thank you, Star. No stickers. Well, we'll have to work on that. I did this call. I don't know why there. I'd have put it off. Maybe I just text her a fun picture or something. See, it's Star. That goes to, I guess it's about, must be about $1.30 to a pound right now. So that one's good for right now. We're going to move on. That one's ready for the Zam. Let's do the number 8. Who knows? This may turn into a pyramid later on. Didn't do the back too well on this one. Didn't do the back very well at all. I might have to fill it in. So I might have to back the back. Still got a few little cavities in it. Just I'm going to work on the front, and then I can work on the back another time. That looks a little dangerous right there. I'm a little worried about this one. Got a tiny little... It's not a chip yet, but it wants to be a chip. I might have to readdress this at another time. Yeah, I think that's going to end up chipping out. Roll that around. That's what we'll do. See if I can do this. Sometimes you can see on the wheel what material I'm hitting, just by the color of it. So I got that little crack out of there. So I'm a little happier about that. I'm not happy about the back at all. The front's pretty nice. Same thing. Wow, we're up to 123 thumbs up. That's amazing. Had 123 people in here earlier. Hi everybody, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate the support. This color on this one, for some reason, is not showing up very well. I don't know why. Alright, let's go on to the next wheel. Who else gave a couple of... Freckle Cat, thank you, Freckle Cat. You guys hear the clicker go off? I think she just did the clicker on me. I went silent for a minute. I don't know what that was about. I'm gonna have to gonna have to hide the clicker when I go on live. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. We have a puppy, and Miss Freckle Cat is training the puppy, and she has just moved on. It's been about a week or two now, to training him with a clicker for commands rather than vocal commands. Really, she's doing both. But for some reason, when I hear the clicker go off, I find myself begging. I find myself sitting. Very odd. Thank you, Steve. There used to be treats that went along with it. I don't know what happened. Oh, I think I had a popper outer. Dang it. Yep. Had a little popper outer at the top here. To work on that bit. So you gotta be careful. If you push too hard, sometimes these little flowers or florets, whatever you want to call them, of turquoise, will pop right out of where they're at. That one was pretty small, so I think I'll get away with it, but it's getting bigger already. I don't know if you can see that up the top there. Right up top here. So I might have to go back on this. So there's a few on this one I might have to go back and fix. And I probably won't, we'll zam the front real quick, but I'm going to reassess this one. Like Cypher suggested, maybe we'll glue on the top of the pyramid. So we'll zam it just to see how it polishes up. But definitely a few things I need to brush up and fix up on this one to get it to where I want it to be. Royal icing, what about the mascarpone cream icing now? I gotta get my belly rub, excuse me guys. Wait, come on. Alright, I gotta dry this foam off again. I hope if I have the water up there. Alright, that's good. Losing stones. So now we're going to do the little smoky Kingman. Not the highest quality, but not bad. This one shouldn't take too long. Just going all the way around the edge on the girdle. Get the back flattened out nice. Make sure it's consistent. Get that little sharp edge. And that's pretty cool. Then we just go under the top. draw it out. Twist it, turn it, draw it out. Just like that. Alright, pretty good. Let me just go on. It took me a while to finish that cake when she made that cake. Delicious. I didn't share it with anybody. I shared the cupcakes with it, with everybody. But the cake itself, one piece went to school for one of her teacher friends. I got together the wild beast as well. That was fun. Thank you, Star. I know you just had yours. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm getting better looking as I get older. Back turned out pretty cool too. I don't even know if you know how to use that word. Too much Harry Potter. Actually, all the people I work with got the cupcakes. Alright, pretty much done. Do the wiggle waggle on this a little bit. I think that one is ready. So 1, 2, we got 3. Let's do the little piece of greeny blue. And that corner nice and lightly. And that corner nice and lightly. That corner very lightly, and roll it that way, turn it around, roll it the other way the same, and then make sure my top here, the top edge, is flat to the wheel, and then roll that to the middle as well. Around to do the same thing on the other end. That's nice, very nice. Yeah, she got the clicker out and had me sing happy birthday too. So that's part of my training is triple click for happy birthday. Even though it has that little crevice in it, I'm going to leave it. Makes it look a little more natural. I mean, honestly, I'd prefer to get it out, but if I get it out, there won't be much of the stone left. So you take what you can get sometimes. And then, I don't know if you guys know Mental Raccoon. They are a glass worker, self-taught. Been working on glass, I think, for about 1.5 to 2 years, and has some great designs that she does. Toby's learning to roll over both ways. Right now he tends to roll over one direction. It's funny to watch him getting trained. I just saw a notification from YouTube pop up on Mental Raccoon. You're quite welcome to put the channel in, the full @Mental Raccoon, and I forget the last part of the, I think it's glass. So yeah, I've been running through all his shorts and stuff, seeing what he does. My cousins do glass work, so I used to go as a kid to Corning Glass up in New York. I think it's just outside of Rochester, where the original museum was. That's not a bad piece. And we used to go as a kid, but because they worked there, we used to go down in the basement where they were making everything. And both my cousin and his wife still work for Corning. Alright, last one. Then we're going to move on to the Zam. And we'll see how this polishes up. I'm interested to see. It's actually got these little tiny, I don't know if you can see it. That little light spot right there is actually a quartz pocket. Huh, I haven't seen that before. I wonder if I put a light on it. So yeah, they still work for Corning, and they do Corning monster glass for phones. Yeah, I mean, Corning used to do all your ceramic ware, or, yeah, the cooking and stuff, and then they do the art glass was something they did, kind of like the Tiffany did back in the early 1900s. And then they started manufacturing the glass for phones and other screens and things. They really expanded as a company. I think that would backfire if I tried it. I'd end up if I had the clicker, I'd end up doing my own tricks. Let's do this. This is the last one. I want to call it Petrified Carrots, but it's Petrified Bamboo. Bamboo mud, I guess. Uh-huh. These are my tricks that you're watching right here. I can take ugly rocks and turn them into better looking rocks. I was out with some friends last night at their farm having dinner, and one of my friends is like, I get a little worried when we're talking on the phone about what you're doing there, because you're always talking about rocks and stabilizing them and selling them. You did wonder what the NSA were thinking. Alright. Last time I'm going to draw it out from the middle on this wheel. That looks good. That's right there. Alright, we're almost to the super fun part. All that work that we've done goes down to this next stage. And hopefully, if I've done it right, or close to right, it should come out pretty well. Oh, I almost dropped that. Hitting all the edges again. How little it's taking off. That's the 1200. And I think the Zam should work well on this. I'm hoping. We'll do a test anyway. Will it, Reptile? I didn't know that. I mean, we've talked about it a little bit on here, or at least as far as taking a specimen to school. Watch out. I was talking to Don Dupuy from Diamond Pacific, and I have a fossil that I bought from him of a dinosaur knuckle, and Freckle Cat got to take that to school, and the kids they don't get told what it is, they have to figure it out through elimination, and they got really close. So they got really, really close. They just didn't imagine the size of where the toe knuckle has come from. Alright. Sorry, I get to see like 90-80% of the chat. Reptile. Normally I'm pretty good at picking things up. Alright, I think we're going to call it right there. We're going to dry these up, and then we're going to go to the Zen. That means turning off the machine. Hopefully it's not the last time. So here we go. It is very, very hot. So the reason it's getting hot, I believe, is the bearings. So once I get one of these things working properly, I will go into full maintenance on this one. And with the help of a couple of friends, we're going to pull off the bottom plate, maybe replace the capacitors in there, and then maybe even switch out the bearings. If I can switch out the bearings, it may last much longer. That's the plan. Let's get these dried up. And we're going to head over. Let's get those in there. That should work. Alright, we're going to take a little trip. Oh, it's starting to get dark. Almost done with the finished. Here we go. Oop. Try not to kill myself here. There you go. Wow, we got 132 thumbs up. That's amazing. Thank you all so much. That reptile, that could just be me. I could use a few bearings changed as well. Okie dokie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This wheel, it only goes at about 1750 RPM. Probably could be a little bit quicker. Would help with the glossiness of the finish. This is ZAM. It's a chromium aluminum oxide wax. And very good with phosphates. And we're going to see if it's good on petrified carrots or petrified bamboo. Let's turn her on. Give her a little bit of a charge. What a great live we've had today. Thank you all so much for coming in. Thank you to all those that did the gifts and the gems. Star, thank you so much for the super chat. I need to work on the stickers. I thought they came on automatically, but I guess not. So, alright, that's just a little charge. I don't like to overcharge it because I don't like it getting stuck in the cracks. So now we got cracks and rocks. Here we go. Let's do the one we did first. This maybe turn out to be the best one too. So that's the beginning. Gonna do the back just to do a quick test. Hey, you guys are great. What are you talking about? You're welcome here anytime. I thought we did the back on this one, but I guess it's still got a little bit of the saw mark. Oh, it polishes, so let's finish up the front. It's a little bit sloppy not to take those saw marks out. Tricked us. Alright, onto the front. Thank you, Star. Yeah, I mean, I think I've pretty much thumbs up. Maybe not all of them, Star, but a good majority of your shorts. I love the little shorts you put out of the trees, the nighttime, the cat, the pigeons, the tits, and the tits. And if you're English, you'll understand what I mean. So blue tits, great tits, small tits. They are birds. Here you go. And some of your carving. You just seem like a really fun individual. All right, there we go. Very nice. No, so Star, if they don't like it, they don't watch it, you know? I keep coming back because it puts a smile on my face. It really does. So, all right, very happy with that. I love you being here. What are we gonna do? We'll do the number 8, but I'm gonna have to work on this some more. It's either beeswax star or linseed oil. So for me, growing up, it was, linseed oil and cricket bats. Oh boy, that would be that used to be such a shopping trip. I'd have to go with my mom and dad, especially my dad, to go get a cricket bat. And boy, he would have us drive all over the place just to find a cricket bat. He knew more about the wood grain of a cricket bat than I think most cricketers do. Hey, Michael. All right, let's get the front. Let's turn it once. Seen one of these flying. Actually, we finally got a little bit of rain and the azaleas popped out in the front garden this week or last week. And being that there's no water for any of the insects or any of the animals, or at least not as much as usual, when those azaleas popped out, the bumblebees came by. They were having a whale of a time. They loved it. All right, so here's the number 8. Let's see if we can get a bit closer. So that's pretty good. Even the matrix takes a polish, but there's a few little things I need to fix on this. One's the back. See how it's rounded, and then it's got that crevice in it right there, which is natural. So I can fill that in maybe, or I might have to bring the stone all the way up. We'll see. But yeah, these stones fly from time to time. I think I found them all though. Let's do that Kingman. I'll tell you what, I'm picking up this piece of Kingman. I did it the wrong way around, but birds must have heard me talking about them. But that petrified bamboo is actually showing me signs of a good shine, and we haven't even put it on here yet. So, a little more excited than I thought. Yeah, they can go. I don't know how I found all the ones that I've lost. I've never lost one that was super. I just haven't really lost too many, actually. Which, if you saw around where I'm standing right now, you'd go like, well, how is that possible? All right. Get that final front done. So this is some of the smoky Kingman. That's a nice polish. Stabilized. Come on. There you go. Got a little bit of character. Even the back looks decent. But on the back, let's see. You can see where the wax went in that little pit right there. Tink. Which is why I don't like to overcharge the wheel too much. All right. Oh no, we got 2 more to go. So it's ones like this that have really sharp edges that do tend to take flight. Yeah, I have a few unboxings. I've just never put them up, to tell you the truth, that Opal guy. I got to the point where I'd rather show you guys a piece at a time. That's what I haven't done the front. We'll see if anything gets stuck in that little area there. So Star, thank you for that super chat. Bear, thank you for the gems. Freckle Cat, thank you for the gems. And Soul Adventurous, thank you for the gems. Very kind of you guys. And gals. Well, I could tell the guys and gals story, but that's another time. Alright, so look. And it did not get stuck in there, so that's nice. That actually polished up pretty nice. Little yellowy pops in there. And last one. So the new material. Alright, for some reason, where's that colour? I don't know why the back is cloudy. But for some reason the back is cloudy. That's weird. I don't know why that happened. The front isn't cloudy. Alright, well, we'll take the cloudy side, see what happens. Maybe I just didn't polish that enough. See the front's not cloudy. Bump that up just a tiny bit. There we go. Well, it didn't polish really. I'm wondering if this is going to polish. I'm going to add a little dab of Zam on there, not much, very little. I'm going to do one of the edges. I don't know why it turned cloudy, that's very odd. Maybe it was my water? I'm not sure. So it's polishing. Isn't that weird? That's weird. Alright, let's do a full-on frontal here. If it reacts, so sometimes Zam will react with the minerals within the stone. It does really well with phosphates, but there are certain minerals that it doesn't do so well. Maybe this will be one of them. In which case I'll have to go back to the 3000 grit and redo the surface. Which it looks like I'm going to have to redo the back anyway. Let's just do that and that. Hey Talk, how you doing? Welcome in. What time are you guys? You guys must be, you're past midnight. Well, I hope you get to sleep in tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed Mother's Day weekend. You have a bank holiday tomorrow, maybe? I don't know if you do. Alright. Let's see if this worked or not. Okie dokie, it did work. That's nice. Alright, so that is petrified carrot, or petrified bamboo is what they really were calling it. and it turned out really nice. So let's get one last one of that. Is it? That's not too bad. Is it bank holiday tomorrow? I know it was Mother's Day today. I'm gonna switch that off. And put these on the platter. Let's turn that one around a little bit. There you go. Yeah, not a bad session at all. Very happy. Got 5 stones started and finished. So let's do that. We've got, let's turn it so I can actually, got Kingman, probably A grade to grade. Nice piece of number 8. This, I believe, was the Lavere from Mexico. Got a really nice polish. Beautiful piece of Royston. Really pretty. Almost tribal face in there with some crying tears of turquoise. And then the Petrified bamboo. Polished up really well, actually. So there you go. I want to thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Really appreciate all the support. I am going to get ready for work for tomorrow. I can't believe we hit, I don't know how many people came in today, but I think it's quite a lot. And 136 thumbs up is fabulous. Again, Star, thank you for the super chat. Soul, Bear, Freckle Cat, thank you. But thank you all for being in the chat. I really appreciate it. We have really enjoyed today. It's a lot of fun for me. And hopefully the genie keeps going for a little bit more. And we'll see you in the next one, which should be Thursday if I don't come on before. So Thursday evening this time would be around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Reptile, thank you so much for being in. That Opal guy, thank you for being in. Soul Adventurous, I think you're not here, but thank you for being in. And Cypher, you too. That's a good idea on the pyramid. So thank you all so much. We'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, take care of each other. Most of all, take care of yourself. Hi, Toby. Oh, I hear the clicker going off. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye now.